to take a deep breath right now, tell myself it's all okay, it's gonna be fine. Tomorrow I'll be on session 5, so I just opened it up. About a hammerhead shark. Oh, look at the shark. There's blood. The shark is dead. Yesterday, I knew of 2 kids who were going to be gone, and 3 additional kids were also gone yesterday. So construction people came in and needed to work in the room while I was finishing up. So good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Elena. I am a 10th year teacher in the state of Iowa, and this is a week of my life teaching ESY. Welcome. So glad you're here. Like I said, am a 10th year teacher. This is going on my 4th year in special education. I was in the gen ed classroom for 6 years. I'm also a foster mom. We have an 8, almost 9-year-old boy with us right now we are in the process of adopting. I am also 8 months pregnant with a baby girl right now, due early September. So life is a little crazy right now. I'm gonna be honest, I feel a little frazzled this morning. We made it here by the hair on our chin without being late for my contract time, but it was rushed and I definitely didn't get as much in this morning as I wanted to. I worked out and then I came upstairs from working out, and one of our dogs, I have a 15-year-old Jack Russell Terrier at home and I love her, but geriatric dogs start to lose their bowels, and she had an accident on the carpet, of course, always on the carpet. So had to clean that up. That added like another 15 minutes onto a really tight morning already to start. And then, when you're already irritated about stuff, things just continue to pile on and you're just irritated about every small thing then. And I just need to take a deep breath right now, tell myself it's all okay, it's gonna be fine, the day's gonna be great. I'm a little frazzled right now. I just need to let go of some things. So anyways, this is gonna be a week of my life teaching ESY. So if you're new to special education, ESY is for students who have IEPs, and we're working on goals that generally they regress on a lot when there's an extended break. So like summertime or winter, spring breaks, any type of extended break that you have, if you notice a student's data significantly dips or regresses over that break, and then when you come back, those would be the goal areas that they qualify to be serviced in during ESY. This is my first year teaching ESY. I've subbed for it before and I've taught normal summer school before, but this is the first year that I actually decided to teach ESY, mostly because I'm having a baby and it's nice to get, I'm gonna get paid a couple extra $1,000 this summer because I'll get paid hourly for doing this summer. And because our son is not adopted yet, he's still in foster care, I don't pay for daycare for him, which is one nice thing, I guess. But we are planning to adopt him soon. So next summer that won't be the case. And also next summer I'll have an infant to take care of. So I was like, this is the last summer where I can do this. And it's pure profit for me, where we're not gonna have to pay for childcare on the other end of it to cut in to whatever I'm making here. So it's also a good experience for me. So if you watched last week's vlog, you know that the first 2 hours of my day I work with students who are definitely more intellectual disability needs. We use all PEC boards, core boards, communication binders to communicate and have very minimal verbal communication skills. So that I wouldn't say is completely new to me, but I am less experienced with that than students that I have the next 2 hours. So my experience in education, I taught 5th grade for 5 years and I taught 3rd grade for a year. And then now these last 4 years, I've been teaching Strat 2 special education. So students with emotional and behavioral disorders. And I have a couple students who have those communication needs, but the academics are there. So the communication I'm familiar with, but as far as teaching students who have a lot different needs academically, working with students with different academic needs is new to me. So I am learning a lot, which is good for me as a teacher and a professional. But yeah, last week was definitely a lot of learning curves and a lot of adjusting, and that's fine. Yeah, that's what a lot of last week encompassed. So I'm hoping this week is more smooth. However, I'm going to be gone 2 days this week. Tomorrow already, we have friends coming to town today, this afternoon, and then we have plans with them tomorrow, and then I'll be back on Wednesday, and then Thursday we're leaving to go out of town again because my family is hosting a baby shower for me this weekend. So yeah, we're gonna be out of town for a few days. So I've got to create sub plans 2 days this week for students that I've worked with, a total of 4 days already. So that's the challenge for this afternoon. I feel prepped and ready fine for this morning, but I do need to pull out my sub plans for tomorrow, and then after the morning is done, ESY only goes till 12 o'clock. After our morning is done, I'll try to walk you through how I'm laying out sub plans and writing them for tomorrow. But yeah, this afternoon's gonna feel a little rushed too because I gotta make sure the sub plans are out and ready. And then I need to reschedule. I was supposed to have a chiro appointment. That I don't know what I was thinking. That's not gonna fit in because I also have an OB appointment at 1:45 today. So yeah, I gotta get out of here and I gotta pick up my son, and I work in a town that's half an hour away from where I live and where my appointment's at. So I gotta go pick him up from daycare and then get us back to my appointment and make sure everything is laid out in between. So when I get done with this, I need to text my chiro and see if I can reschedule my appointment today because that's not gonna fit in there too. And then our friends are coming, which is great. I'm excited for it. It's just, this is a chaotic week, but I'm gonna try best I can to show you what we're doing even for the 2 days that we're here, and sub plans, because I know that is interesting to some people. So here we go. Let's have a great day. Today went off pretty seamlessly. I'm not gonna I don't have any complaints about today. It was pretty good. I now just need to make sure that all my sub plans are ready for tomorrow. I will show you everything and then I need to label everything, but I'm going to label it with kids' names after we are done with the filming because that's easier for me to not have to block kids' names off of it. Also, the air conditioning's not working in here. We are in a heat advisory outside, which means that the heat index is over 100 and the air conditioning's not working in here. So it also smells like rotten eggs in here for some reason. And it's not the first time this building has smelled like that. I've been here for professional development before and it has smelled like that. I don't know what it is, but it's disgusting. So that's our current situation. I will be very happy to get out of here and to get into my car and air conditioning. Anyways, let's look at what I have for plans tomorrow. Oh, and now that I'm thinking about it, I got an email just before 10 o'clock this morning that my sub for tomorrow canceled on me. So that was really fun. Thankfully, I was able to email other people on the sub list and ask if there was anybody who could last minute pick it up. And somebody did say that they could come in after they drop their son off at football practice at 8. So they're probably not gonna be here till like 8:30, but I'm just gonna lay stuff out for the associates to work on with the students one-to-one. They can start the day that way, and then everything else will be fine. And I have 2 kids that are gone tomorrow. So let's look at the plans that I have laid out for tomorrow. First thing that I'm gonna have to lay out is, do I have any names on this? I do have a couple names. Okay, these are communication binders. So I've got 4 different binders in here of kids communication. I'm gonna have to leave these out. So what I'm going to do for that first hour of kids that come in, especially since it's just associates that are going to be working with them, I'm going to lay out all of their communication binders and reinforcement systems in their spot with the activity that they should start with to work with, and it's all ready to go for them. Then this bucket can be for the next hour because that just leaves one student's binders in it, and I'll leave the work that he needs to do in here for the next hour. And then the next 2 hours after that, one of those kids is going to be gone. So the kid that's here for 2 hours, I do have an extra bucket over here. I'll be able to have a bucket per hour actually available for each kid. So that'll make it easy to label and keep organized. So here's our social skills read aloud for tomorrow. I already have my visual for it on the visual schedule cut out with the Velcro on the back. This is going to be the book for the thematic unit on family. The book that I went and recycled it. I should, hold on a second. I'm gonna go and pull it out of the recycling so I can show you our mishap with that book today. Okay, I pulled it out of the recycling. This was the book. Look, it's won an award. It came out of our school's book room. So at the end of the year, our instructional coach was cleaning out the book room because we've moved over to using Science of Reading, and a lot of these books just we're not doing things in leveled text sets. So people were grabbing books for their own libraries that they were going to use, or maybe as mentor text, which is what I grabbed these for, to put these units together. And then the rest they gave away to kids of books that were not getting used anymore. And let's be honest, like when stuff starts to look old, kids are not interested in it anymore. So I went and grabbed books, put together these thematic units, and this week was all about family, right? Okay, so this is the book that I had, and it looked great. It's called Family Pictures. It's won an award. It was cultural. I was really excited about it. Well, my associate let me know as we're reading. Let's just look at what is going on in this picture for dinner. Harmless until, what is she doing with the chicken? What is happening? Oh, I'm not sure. Let's find the next page that was concerning. Talking about a hammerhead shark. Oh, look at the shark. There's blood pouring out of it. The shark is dead. It's scary to see because he was big enough to swallow a kid whole. Oh my gosh. What is happening here? Here, rabbit for dinner. The associate said, I was going to ask him, where's the rabbit? Where is the rabbit? Oh, you know, just skinned raw on the table. So, note to self, pre-read every book before you use it. Don't just assume because it came out of your school's book room that it was appropriate. Anyways, this one is called Brothers and Sisters. I scanned through it. I don't see anything concerning about it. I think we're good there, and I have the visual for it. So those, I think we're good. And the other book will go back to the recycling. Then the next hour, this is a bunch of name tracing sheets for that student. This is the book that we are reading with him for sentence creation, and it actually works for math too because they just keep counting up how many puppies are in the snow. So after multiple reads, the student will use the clicker app to create a sentence that has an action verb in it around the story. This is the story that we will use for reading, and it's all adapted. So at the end, after multiple reads at the end of the week, then I'll ask him these questions and he'll have to choose the correct answer. Last week he just chose the last answer for every single one, so we just by guessing got some of them right. But this is a 4-week program. I'm not gonna go deep into how we can problem solve that right now because I'm just gonna do what the directions are. And then this is the matching puzzle. I've been using it since last week, and it's just good to have something familiar for them to do of matching our letter identification in numbers. So that will be for the second hour. Actually, in this I'm gonna have them use the first hour too. They're gonna watch the video. First hour is getting even less done than the second hour. The first hour is just like, can we use a communication board? Can we sit at the table and somewhat be on task? So if they come and sit at the table and pay attention to the video that I have going on, which will be like, here's our phonics video, if you can see it up there. A is for apple, apple. I do the visual phonics with it. If they just come and sit and listen to it, we are on a great track. Oh, and for math for that student, after our number video, then he will practice counting the fuzzy balls into the puddle. So that's for the second hour. The third hour is where we get into more academics. So that student, we will start with our math lessons, which I have linked into this PowerPoint. So tomorrow they'll be on session 5. So I just open it up. I have the lesson plan in here that matches the camera. All of these pages. So here's the teacher lesson plan in here. Here's the student work to match it, and like in a game, this one actually has color by number in it too, which is fun. So I brought the math manipulatives out as well that they will use. Then after that, we do our U-Fly lesson, which I also have. Oops. Linked into here. So they'll be on lesson 7. Pull that up. We'll go through the U-Fly lesson. And then I do Haggerty with him for 15 minutes after that. This is assuming that the bus is on time and is not really late, because if we lose time to the bus being late, we did not get to that today because the bus was late as always. But there have been a couple days where we did get to it, so that's at the end. And then I took these from Foundations, but one of the last, because we're on the kindergarten book, one of the last activities for them in Haggerty is to do the phonemic awareness of giving you the sound. What sound is it? And then you'll have to say you. So the last hour of the student I'm working with, the first thing that we do is, oh, I forgot, this also goes with the math lesson for him. I need the label. The social skills lesson, he is a student from my school that I work with. The last thing that we do together with him is I watch one of his social stories to him. Watch one of them. I can't talk. I have a bunch of pre-recorded social stories on his iPad that I read to him that we go through and he watches. And so they'll have to sit with them and run his reinforcement system as he listens to a social story lesson. It's going to be somewhere between 5 to 8 minutes, depending on how long the book is. Today it was 8 minutes long. And then he'll have reward. And then after that, I'm going to practice some work tasks where he is going to have to use his replacement behaviors to escape them appropriately. So I've got some CVC work, more CVC work, and sight words. He did all of this wonderfully today. It's not that he doesn't have the skills. He does have the skills. It's if we are wanting to work on it that day or not. Today, no problem. We will see tomorrow if he's in the mood for this or not, or if we are going to appropriately use our replacement behavior to be done with it. So that's everything. I'm going to label it, make sure it's all set up well, and that's, yeah, going to be tomorrow's work. So let's go ahead, label, set it up, and then I'm gonna get out of here for the afternoon, and I will see you all again, check in on Wednesday. Oh, fine, just tired. Ran out of creamer at home, so I needed good excuse, I guess, to get this. Yeah, I have to go to work now. Yeah. Thank you. You too. Morning. Happy Wednesday. I am here, tired, but I am here. We had a great time with our friends the last couple of days. Yeah, woke up this morning, and good thing I set 2 alarms because I did not hear my first one, and the second one I actually woke up a few minutes before it, but I was jolted awake and I could see the sunlight coming through, and I was freaked out at what time it was. But I think it was only 6:15 and we needed to leave by 6:45. So yeah, we made it. I am avocado creamer at home though, so had to stop for one of these. And since we were up till past midnight last night, I definitely didn't get up at 5 to work out this morning, which is okay. But we do have a jam-packed day. I'm going to do ESY this morning, obviously, that's why I'm here. But then I have to make sure I have sub plans ready for tomorrow already because we're leaving to go to my baby shower. So I'll make sure sub plans are ready. Then I have a chiro appointment at 1 o'clock. Then I need to go pick our son up from daycare. And then I have a 2 o'clock phone call with our social worker. Then we've got a lot of moving around stuff going on. The garage guy's going to be at our house to look at our garage door openers and tell us what we need to fix about our garage door opener system. And we have to get our dogs to doggy daycare and drop them off. And then our son has his end of year baseball party tonight. So busy day, and then add on that packing because then we're leaving tomorrow morning. So, and we'll be gone for 4 days. So yeah, that's kind of the plan today. I'm going to head in there and hopefully it's not like too big of a mess to clean up, but also I don't really need to clean a ton of it up because I'm going to have to lay a bunch of it back out again for sub plans for tomorrow. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's get inside. Okay, we are done with Thursday. Went pretty well again. I feel good about where we're at this point and how our routines are going and the activities we're doing. I just feel like we're in a good groove. So I'm excited about that. The lesson plans, when I got here this morning and I read what they left from the sub plans yesterday, I knew of 2 kids who were going to be gone and 3 additional kids were also gone yesterday. So the lesson plans that I made for Tuesday basically again just like get used again for Thursday, and I didn't really even change anything that was setting out here because most of it didn't get used, and I'll just leave it for Thursday because today I just did progress monitoring, so I didn't really do any of that either. So I already got the books out. Our family thematic unit, this is the book that they'll read tomorrow. This is the social skills book that they'll read tomorrow. I've already got the Velcro pieces out and ready. And then we will, I just got some things I need to clean up in here. So I'll show you me kind of cleaning up and getting ready for sub plans. And then it's basically the same as what I already showed you on Tuesday. So I'll show you if there's anything different, but I'm just going to kind of clean it up, make sure I reprint the plans. I thought I heard somebody. And then we'll be good to go for Thursday.
Try to take one ride around in my body, Can't say I saw you around when I started. I'm a hometown hero, that's a far that I came, but I never knew if it would fall into place. I became what I wanted, and I'm still on the way. Ain't coming home the way I left it, this time something's different. Ain't coming home the way I left it, this time it's my city, Ain't coming home the way I left it, this time something's different.
I am coming to you from my car because construction people came in and needed to work in the room while I was finishing up. So I guess it's a good thing I didn't plan on showing you any more of what I had prepped and planned there, because I was not about to video myself explaining all of that with the construction workers in there. So add that to the craziness that goes on. They are working on the seclusion room that's connected to the room that I'm in. And thankfully, those guys asked me last week about the hours that the kids were going to be there so that they weren't actively using tools and doing construction while I have students with special needs and elopement and physical aggression behaviors in the room. So I guess that's positive, but there's just a bunch of furniture, shelving and stuff, like trying to block the kids off from accessing that area in the meantime. So anyways, I don't understand why we can't do all of those things you know, in the 6 weeks between the school year ending and ESY starting, but it is what it is. I'm just glad that they're waiting until the afternoon when we are out of there. So yeah, I got the plans all laid out and everything ready to go for them tomorrow, and tried to make sure that I had stuff ready, LinkedIn ready to go, as far as like LinkedIn to my slides and plans ready for next week when I'm back on Monday, so I'm not scrambling Monday morning trying to figure out what we're doing. So yeah, that was week 2 for me. I know it was pretty short because I was only here 2 out of the 4 days this week, but you got to see some of the things that I had planned and had changed from last week and the way I set up sub plans. So I'm headed to my chiro appointment next, and then I need to pack tonight so that we can head out of town for my baby shower tomorrow. So all things I'm excited about. I am so glad you're here. So glad you're watching. If you made it to this point in the video, please comment and let me know if you're a teacher, what you teach, where you teach, why you're watching. If you're not a teacher, go ahead and comment maybe what caught your eye and why you watched and made it to this point in the video. But I'm so glad you're here. I hope you subscribe and stick around for all the future videos that I have to upload. Next week, I'm really hopeful to get into my classroom and start working on the sensory room that I got the grant for to create. So be looking for that next week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Ain't coming home the way I left it this time. It's my city.